Hello everyone, my name is Chip. Today we're playing our Cleansing Wildfire deck from Monday's video. This is just some supplemental content because I thought some of the practice games were worth recording. I release a new video every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, so if you enjoy this video, be sure to check some of the others out. Now, let's get on with these games. Alright, we get a hand with 2 Giver of Runes, 3 lands, Goblin Cratermaker, and a Loris of the Dream Den. We decide that's good enough. An opponent goes through their whole turn without playing a land. That's unfortunate. And we pull the Aven Mind Sensor. Well, we run out the Sunbaked Canyon and cast a Giver of Runes. Now, our opponent mulled to 6, so that would have to be the best 6 in the world to keep a no-lander. Opponent plays an Urza's Mine, so we're against Tron. Fortunately, we've got 10 pieces of land destruction to deal with them. They run out a Chromatic Star, and they pass the turn. We pull the Cleansing Wildfire. While we play a Sacred Foundry tapped, and we just run out the second Giver of Runes. We swing in with the first Giver of Runes. Opponent takes it down to 19, and we pass the turn. Opponent plays an Urza's Tower. They crack the Chromatic Star and cast a Sylvan Scrying, and they show the Urza's Power Plant, so they do definitely have it. Well, we pull a Ghost Quarter, we run out the Field of Ruin, and we're just going to take a turn off and blow up their Urza's Mine. We get ourselves a Plains, their opponent gets themselves a Forest. We swing in with both Giver of Runes, opponent takes it down to 17, and we pass the turn. Opponent plays the Power Plant, casts a Chromatic Star and a Chromatic Sphere, and passes to us. We draw a Plains. Well, we run out Ghost Quarter, run out our Aven Mind Sensor, and just Ghost Quarter the Power Plant. Opponent fails to find. Well, we swing in with both Givers. Opponent takes it down to 15, pass to them. They play an Urza's Power Plant. Okay, so they've got another one. Mismatched artwork too, and they pass to us. We draw another Loris. Well, we play the Plains, crack our Sunbaked Canyon, and hit another Cleansing Wildfire. Cleansing Wildfire targets the Power Plant. They tap it for mana, crack their Chromatic Star for green. They fail to find off the Cleansing Wildfire, and we draw a Selfless Spirit. We just swing in for 2, and we pass the turn. Opponent plays another Power Plant, and passes the turn. We draw a Leonin Arbiter. But instead we decide to blow up the world, Cleansing Wildfire, targeting the Power Plant again. Opponent cracks the Sphere in response for white mana. Power Plant goes away. They fail to find and we rip a path. We swing in for 2. Opponent takes it down to 11. And we pass the turn. Opponent plays another tower and casts a Sylvan Scrying. And they fail to find again. Aven Mind Sensor's putting in work. We draw an Inspiring Vantage. Well, we run out the Leonin Arbiter and our opponent scoops it up. Alright, this opponent came back for game 2. We mulligan away our first hand. We get a second hand with only red mana in it. We mulligan again. This hand has a Ghost Quarter in it. We decide to keep. We put 2 lands to the bottom. Opponent leads on Urza's Mine into Expedition Map. We play an Inspiring Vantage and run out our Selfless Savior. Pass the turn. Opponent plays an Urza's Tower, so they do have turn 3 Tron. We draw a Giver of Runes. We run out the Giver of Runes. Play the Ghost Quarter. No attacks from us. Opponent activates the Expedition Map and searches for the Power Plant. In their draw step, we Ghost Quarter their Mine. They get a Forest. Run out their Power Plant. Casts the Chromatic Sphere. Cracks it immediately to cycle. And we draw the Cleansing Wildfire. We can't cast it. We just swing in for 2. Opponent plays another Power Plant and runs out a Khan the Great Creator. They tick down Khan and they add a Trinisphere to their hand. Well, we're stuck on 1 land, so Trinisphere is real bad for us. We draw the Plains though. We cast Cleansing Wildfire on the Urza's Tower. They get another basic Forest and we draw an Inspiring Vantage. We swing Khan down to 1 just to stop them tutoring for a turn, and we pass to them. They tick up the Khan and they run out their Trinisphere and they pass to us. We draw another land. We run out the Inspiring Vantage and we just swing in and kill Khan. We run out Loris for no value, pass the turn. Opponent casts a Thrag Tusk. They gain 5 life. We draw a Goblin Cratermaker. We run out the Sacred Foundry, tapped, and we just get in with our Loris. Opponent takes it down to 20, and we deploy our Goblin Cratermaker. We pass the turn there. Opponent plays an Urza's Mine, runs out a Wormcoil Engine. They pass to us. We pull another Giver of Runes. Goblin Cratermaker blows up the Trinisphere. We bring back the Goblin Cratermaker with Loris, and then we just cast a Path and get rid of that Wormcoil Engine. And we swing in for 3. Opponent takes it down to 17, and we pass the turn there. Opponent got to 7 mana and gets to resolve a Khan Liberated. They tick down the Khan, targeting the Loris. We activate the Giver in response, give it protection from colorless. It seems like a lot of people don't know how to play around Giver, and they pass to us. We play a Plains, run out our second Giver, run out a Phyrexian Revoker, naming Ugin the Spirit Dragon. We're just swinging in with Loris, hit them for 3 down to 14, we're all the way up to 29, and then Goblin Cratermaker blows up the Khan Liberated. We pass it there. Unhappy with the card they draw, our opponent scoops it up. Very nice. We win the die roll, we decide to go first. We rip a 1-lander, and it's a colorless land. Well, we're not cowards, so we keep. We play Ghost Quarter into Aether Vial, and we pass the turn. Opponent leads on an Urza's Power Plant. This 1-land keep might reward us. And they play an Expedition map. They pass it there. We put a counter on our Vial, draw another Loris. Okay, that'll be good later. We're just going to pass it there. We will go down to 0 lands if we have to. Opponent plays the Urza's Tower, cracks the Expedition map, searches up the mines. They do have Tron next turn. They pass to us. We put a counter on our Aether Vial. Now it's at 2, so we can put the Leonin Arbiter into play if we want. We decide that's exactly what we want to do. Put one of our Leonin Arbiters into play, and we're just going to get rid of that power plant. Pass it there. Opponent plays out their mine and runs out an Expedition map and a Chromatic Sphere. Well, we've got a real good answer for Expedition map. Its name's Leonin Arbiter. We keep our Vial on 2, and we draw another Ghost Quarter. We run out the Ghost Quarter, activate our Vial, put our second Leonin Arbiter into play, and we're just going to blow up that mine. We swing in for 2, opponent takes it down to 18, and we pass the turn. Opponent gets an Urza's Mine and cracks the Chromatic Sphere and casts an Ancient Stirring. They reveal an Urza's Tower. They pass back to us. We keep our Aether Vial on 2, we draw a Sunbaked Canyon, and we just swing in for 4. Our opponent plays a Blast Zone. Can definitely get them out of this lock. We activate our Vial in their end step, put our Goblin Cratermaker into play, go to our turn, we tick the Vial up to 3. We swing in for 6, opponent takes it down to 8, and they tick up their Blast Zone up to 2. We pass to them. They play out the Urza's Tower, and they pass to us. In their end step, we activate Aether Vial. Opponent responds by activating the Blast Zone. We respond to the Blast Zone by blowing up their map with Goblin Cratermaker. Arbiters go away, but Loris comes into play. Gonna keep our Vial on 3. We draw an Inspiring Vantage. We run out the Inspiring Vantage, and we just cast a Leonin Arbiter, and we get in for 3. Opponent takes it down to 5, and they scoop it up. Alrighty, we get a hand with no land destruction. Is that good enough? We decide it isn't, we mull. We get punished though, we get a hand with no lands. We mulligan again. We get a hand with lands, land destruction, and a Leonin Arbiter. Well, we're going to keep, but we got to put 2 cards to the bottom, so we put away Goblin Cratermaker and our Mountain. Opponent leads on Urza's Power Plant and passes the turn. We draw a Giver of Runes, so we do get rewarded. We play Inspiring Vantage and run out Giver of Runes. Opponent plays a Forest and casts a Sylvan Scrying. They reveal an Urza's Tower. Well, we draw another Leonin Arbiter, that's good. We deploy the first one, and we just pass the turn. Opponent's got the Blast Zone. We run out the Selfless Savior, we swing in for 2. Opponent puts the charge counters on the Blast Zone, plays a Forest, casts an Ancient Stirrings, reveals an Ensnaring Bridge. They run out the Ensnaring Bridge, they pass to us. Well, they're tapped out and we've got an Arbiter. We Cleansing Wildfire away the Blast Zone, and we pull another Arbiter. Good. We swing in with the team. Opponent takes it down to 14, we pass to them. They play an Urza's Tower, and they've got the Chromatic Sphere. They pass to us. We draw a Plains. We run out Giver of Runes, and another Leonin Arbiter. Opponent cracks the Sphere in response. We go to combat, and we swing in for another 4. We pass the turn there. Opponent plays an Urza's Mine, they've got Tron online, and there it is, the Ugin the Spirit Dragon. They tick it down. We don't even bother sacrificing our Selfless Savior to get it into grave. We go to our draw step. We see we've got a Loris. We can't beat the Ugin unless that Loris was a Goblin Cratermaker. So we scoop it up. Alright, game 3. This is for all the marbles. All of the proverbial marbles. No one has any marbles. We get to play first this time though. We've got the Stony Silence, but we decide to mull. We mulligan into a hand filled with land destruction and a Leonin Arbiter. Well, we decide this is the one to keep. We put the Canonist to the bottom, lead on Sunbaked Canyon, and pass the turn. Opponent leads on the Power Plant into an Expedition map. We draw a Cleansing Wildfire. We run out Field of Ruin, hiding the fact that we've got 2 Ghost Quarters, and we run out the Leonin Arbiter. This shuts off the Expedition map. We pass the turn. Opponent's got the Urza's Mine, runs out a Chromatic Star, and a Chromatic Sphere. They pass to us. We draw the Mine Sensor as well. Well, we play the Ghost Quarter, blow up their mine, we throw Caution to the wind, and blow up their Power Plant as well. We rip a Thalia. Fantastic. Well, we get in for 2. Opponent takes it down to 18. Opponent plays out another Power Plant plant, passes to us. We draw an Inspiring Vantage. Well, we're just going to run out our Thalia, get our Ghost Quarter down, and blow up that power plant, and then we get in for another 2. Opponent takes it down to 16. We pass to them. They get an Urza's Mine. They're definitely hitting their lands, but we're hitting their lands harder. We get another Cleansing Wildfire. Well, we play the Inspiring Vantage. We decide it is worth spending our entire turn to blowing up their land and cycling. In response to Cleansing Wildfire, they crack the Chromatic Star, get a green, draw a card. We hit a Ghost Quarter. They crack their Sphere as well, drawing another card, and we swing in for 4. They play a Forest, and they pass to us. We draw a Giver. Well, we run out the Giver of Runes, run out our Goblin Crater Maker, play our Ghost Quarter, and blow up their Forest, and we swing in for 4. Opponent takes it down to 8. We pass the turn, and opponent scoops it up. Oh, fantastic. The only disappointing thing about this game is they scooped before we got to untap, so we didn't get to use Goblin Crater Maker to kill the Expedition map and get the flawless victory. But that is great. And that's what the deck wants to do. It just wants to blow up every land in sight. And it's kind of good at it as well, which is really fun. All right, well, thank you all for watching. That's been a supplemental video, I suppose, from Monday's video. I hope you've enjoyed it, and until next time, have fun.